roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Hey everyone, my density has brought me to you. No, just being silly. If you haven't caught on by the intro and that nonsense, I'm doing a unique beer behind the bar tonight. One I've been pumped to do for a while. I've actually had it for a week or two, and I just haven't had time to do the review. But I finally got a hold of, thanks to my buddy Joe, who got this from his buddy. I think his name's Matt. I don't know for sure. Pipeworks did a collaboration with Emporium, which if you don't know, Emporium is an arcade bar in Chicago. They did this beer for Back to the Future Day, which was October 21st, I believe, which was the day Marty went to in the future in 2015. So thankfully we don't have to deal with people posting incorrect images on Facebook anymore, hopefully. But I wanted to try this beer. It was just it's called Twin Pines Mall from Pipeworks with Emporium collaboration. So as you can see, Twin Pines Mall, that was the mall parking lot that they did the original time travel experiments with Doc and Marty. And I don't know, this bottle is frigging ridiculous. And it's an Imperial India Pale Ale brewed with spruce tips and honey with the pine trees. And my favorite, maybe one of my favorite Easter eggs in Back to the Future is the mall is originally called Twin Pines Mall. But after he runs over one of the trees when he goes back to the future the first time, when you come back later in the movie, it is called Lone Pine Mall. So, interesting fact. If you didn't catch that when you watched it, it's one of those things, because this is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I will contest it is the best time travel movie of all time and will always be. And yeah, it's one of my favorite trilogies ever. So I'm a geek. This bottle, I'm going to drink it, but this bottle will never leave my side. A collection, it will never end up in the garbage. It will be back here for now and forever. So anyways, let's get it into a glass, see what we think, see if it's any good or not. I have no idea. I like Pipeworks. They make pretty killer beers. I think the only one of their beers I've reviewed on this channel is Ninja vs. Unicorn. Ninja vs. Unicorn, which is an IPA they do, which I really like. And yeah, it's a great beer. And there are other beers that I've done of theirs. Oh, sorry, I left my glass over here. Other beers that I've done of theirs that I've drank. The Fish series beers are incredible. They do tons of good stuff. I've got a couple that I haven't drank yet as well. But let's see what we think of this one and see if it lives up to the movie hype. I have no idea. I'm sure it's going to be really piney, but we'll see. But that bottle is just frigging sexy. If you've never seen the cover to the movie, it looks pretty much like that. This beer pours out pretty clear actually. Looks a little darker on camera than it is. It's really that amber color that I talk about all the time. Just like kind of that yellow, not a lot of haze to it, a little chill haze in the glass, but I can see my finger through the glass. Pulled out with about a finger ahead. Big soapy bubbles, some tight ones on the side of the glass. Decent glass lacing already. A little bit alcohol legs on that. I don't actually. What's the 8% ABV? So this is a pretty stellar beer. Let's see what this says. Get your DeLorean up to 88 miles per hour because Pipeworks and Emporium are taking you back to the brewcher. For Twin Pines Mall, we fueled the flux capacitor with 1.21 gigawatts and spruce tips and wildflower honey. The future is now, so drink up before you're out of time, which I've always wanted to be my license plate, which was the license plate, personalized plate on the DeLorean. Great Scott. So, which is also, I don't think I reviewed it on the channel, just show you how much of a geek I am. I made sure I got this. You know how I am about Treehouse beers. The batch that they did for October 21st of Julius, if you can see that, it says... Come on, focus. Maybe not. Anyways, it says Great Scott on the bottom of the can. So another one of those things that I will never... Okay, well, I can't get focused. Sorry. But I will never throw this can out for the same reason that it says Great Scott, which is a Doc Brown quote from the movie. So anyways, enough of all that nonsense. Let's see what this is all about. Like I said, looks good in the glass. Let's see how it smells. Definitely getting the honey. And this for sure, it definitely smells like a double IPA, similar to like Hop Slam that's brewed with a lot of honey. Getting a little bit of the pininess, spruciness of this. Kind of smells like a Christmas tree a little bit. Getting a little bit of the maltiness. I'm not really getting any fruits or anything like that. Now, in fairness, this beer is about a month and a half old. So it could be just age showing. on it. But I'm definitely now I'm definitely getting that spruce. That's actually what made me cough. I got a big whiff of it. Yeah, just like Christmas trees, right? Like that, just like the long needled Christmas trees. Yeah, that's what it smells like to me. A little bit of honey, a little bit of maltiness. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one. So Joe, thanks, buddy. Yeah, see what this one's all about. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Piney. But not like in a bitter IPA pininess. Like it is like spruce. Like Christmas tree. Like you ate the needles from a spruce tree. Is what this tastes like. It's got a little bit of fruitiness to it. Almost like you mix that with like mango or papaya, maybe like something like that. Maybe like a stone fruit. Kind of mixes with that spruciness and maybe that wildflower honey that they said is in this. I think is what I'm getting. There's not a lot of malt to this at all. I'm primarily getting that spruciness. Like that's 100% what I'm getting. Which is exactly what they were trying to do. I appreciate the effort. I appreciate the theme of this beer, and they killed it. Like it's exactly what you think it should be, like a Christmas tree and an IPA. Like there's some bitterness, some dankness, not a ton, but a little bit. It's not over the top dank or bitter or anything like that. It's not anything crazy like that, but it's just kind of a, like I said, sprucey. You can definitely tell they put some spruce in this bitch. I think this sucker's radioactive. This sucker's nuclear. Not really, but Darth Vader came down from the planet. I could really just sit here and quote Back to the Future all night. This review, but I won't. It would be fun, but I did enough nerdiness at the beginning. Just know that I love this movie. It's interesting. I don't know if I'd want to drink a lot of this. It's actually gonna be hard to drink this bottle. Just because it's different. It's just that spruciness, but it's really good. And you know, there's not a ton of reviews online. I looked to actually see if I could find anything about this beer. I couldn't find anything. Just because they didn't make a ton of it. So, because it was just kind of a one-time deal with Emporium, which if you're ever in Chicago, go to Emporium. Them and HQ headquarters are my two favorite arcade bars in Chicago. They're both fantastic. I did watch a video today that John from John's Arcade did of Logan Hardware, which is a cool looking arcade as well. I'd like to go to sometime, but of the two I've been to, Emporium and HQ in Chicago are both awesome. So check those out. I'm an arcade nerd. At the end of the year, I'm going to do a tour of my basement. We're going to go in front of the bar, show you kind of the beer cellar, and then my arcade, which I actually have in my basement. So I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to that stuff as well. So we'll show you that. But about this beer, I'm going to go ahead ratings wise. I'm going to give this a 91. Let's go 90. I mean, it's an A- right there, B+, A- beer. It's well made. It's exactly the reason. I mean, if I just had this beer and they said it was an IPA, I probably would give it like an 85. But because of what they were trying to do in the theming and my Back to the Future nerdiness, this is getting kicked up to a 90, just because I think it's a cool idea. So I love it. This bottle is incredible, and it will not leave my collection ever. And we'll leave it at there, 90 out of 100. So thank you for coming behind the bar with me. And thank you for the likes, the subscribes, the comments, and 90 out of 100 for Pipeworks. Collaboration with Emporium, Twin Pines Mall, behind the bar. Thanks, guys. Cheers.